I use my trapeze to stretch. That's what I love using it for. But today we're going to be working on a full body strengthening circuit, and we're using just our handles. And I just finished filming and I definitely feel it. It turns out that I do have some of you on the channel that have the trapeze, so I'm going to create a little playlist for you and continually add to it. So eventually we have a nice little library for you to pick from, depending on what mood you're in. But for today, we're going to be breaking a sweat. So get those handles hung and let's get started. All right, let's get warmed up. You'll come between your rigging points, standing to the long end of your mat. Find your middle handle. Keep the spine nice and long. Extend forward. Take a nice breath in, and on the exhale, roll your way up. Inhale, come forward. Exhale as you roll up, and inhale as you extend forward. Take one more, extending forward. Allow your body weight to shift from right to left, feeling your hips kind of rock from side to side. Keep long to the sides of the waist. Actively push that handle away from you. Sink to center and turn your toes out slightly. I want you to bend one knee and straighten the other. And just move freely from side to side. Getting into those inner thighs. Come back to center, turn those toes to face forward. Release with just one hand. Now the hand that's holding, I'm going to spiral so the hand is facing in, and just let your whole body weight hang. Looking down, feeling this in the tricep and the trap. Should feel good in the worst way. Roll your way up and switching sides. Remember, as we come forward, we want the hand to turn in. As you take your fold, let everything else just hang. Roll your way up. Pivot to face the short end of your mat, grabbing onto both handles. I want you to bring your arms out to the side, actively press down. Coming up onto your toes, try to keep your torso center, but pivot and swivel your lower body. You might feel this in the core a little bit. Come back to center, toes were pointing forward. Extend long through the sides of the waist. Actively press into your handles. Lift your tailbone. And roll your way up. Heel toe those feet underneath you. To finish that warm up, we'll take this into a little bit of a round the world action. Reach up to find your top handles. Come up onto your toes. I want you to contract your shoulders and just send your body weight back. I'm even going to extend my arms here. It does feel like plank. My tailbone is extending towards the floor, navel is drawn in. Bend your elbows. Keep the plank-like position and just extend your body weight forward. My palms are facing out. Try that again. Sink back. Arms extend long and through center. Come back right to the middle of your plumb line. I want you to keep one elbow bent and straighten the other arm, coming into a side bend. Feels so good. Bending those elbows and slide to the other side. Come all the way up to center. And let's see if we can sync all those movements together. Start by sinking back. Bend one elbow, keep the other arm straight. Center and side. You may be able to speed this up if you've done this before. And I want you to pause and reverse the direction. The upper body is what's helping facilitate the movement. Give me one more circle. We come all the way back to center. You could release those hands. Give me a little roll of the wrists here. Interlace those fingers. Press down, up and away. And release. As you interlace, I want you to change to the upward way. Press down, up and overhead. Release those hands. All right, hopefully you're feeling warmed up. We're gonna get started with a little push-pull action. So most likely we'll be starting on the longest handle, coming to the front end of your mat, and creating that little plank-like position. So I'm gonna walk my feet back, draw the navel in, and extend the arms forward. From here, elbows will bend out to the side. Actively press to lengthen. I want you to control the movement, try not to rush. A little bit of wobbling and shaking is okay here. I've certainly got it. 5, nice and slow. 4, 3, 2, last one, nice and slow. Bring it back up. Roll yourself to stand, arms come overhead. As the arms come down behind you, grab your middle handles, creating your plank position, this time from behind the ricking points. Tailbone draws down, navel's drawn in. Extend the arms and lift. Keep a nice lifted chest. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one I want you to hold for the count of 4, releasing. 3, 2, and 1. Roll your way up. Keeping those middle handles, I want you to face whatever direction works for you. I tend to go back and forth in relation to where I am to the wall. Feet are gonna be hip distance or slightly wider than your mat. Contract those shoulders and extend the arms. I want you to focus on drawing the tailbone underneath you, squeezing the pelvis forward, navel draws in. Squat position. Drop the hips back, squeeze up, down, and up. Remember our premise here, when we come up, we're trying to slide through that pane of glass with your hips. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold here. And release, heel to those feet back in and walk your way up. We'll take a little bit of a break for this upper body and start working on core. Feet are gonna be parallel, long into the mat. We wanna take the handle that's behind us, the longest, sitting up for what looks like a little triangle position. Turn one foot out, extend. So my goal here is to try to stack my hips one on top of the other. Actively press into your handle, arm comes up, breath in. Exhale, weave through that little negative space between the arm and the leg, and then inhale, open back up. Exhale through, inhale, open. Active press down into that handle. Exhale through, inhale, open. Last time, I want you to come through and add a little pulse, so really tiny, pulsing underneath for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, open. Just like that triangle pose, press the pelvis forward, actively push into that handle. Release the arm and shift your weight to that front foot. Continue to actively press into your handle. Hips remain stacked. Try to bring this into a little roundhouse kick. Abdominals are contracting. Use that outer hip for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You can land wide. Release that grip behind you, relax those shoulders. Give me a little hip roll here. Just let any work go. Notice how you're feeling so far. Reverse. Getting ready for that second side. Bottom handle, we'll want to turn that foot out so we can come into what feels like our triangle. Hips are stacked. Inhale, open. Exhale, weave through that negative space. Inhale up. Exhale, rotate. Use that exhale to really pull the abdominals in as you scoop down. Five, 4, 3, 2. The last one, come underneath and take that little pulse in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Create triangle. Press the pelvis forward, slide through that pane of glass, and release that top arm. Keep the connection. Roundhouse kick. I want you to try to stack those hips. Actively press into your handle as you kick. Up. Make sure that navel's drawn in. Full engagement through the core. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, kick and step wide. Releasing that handle, take that little hip roll. And go ahead and switch to face the short end of the mat. You'll find your middle handles. Step your right foot forward, extend the heart forward. Give me a float of that left leg. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, pull the knee in towards the chest. Inhale long. Exhale, tuck. Actively push into your handles as the knee comes in. Feel that compression in the core. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, I want you to pull that knee in and hold here. Actively push into those handles. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend, engage those glutes, and give me a little pulse of the leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet come down. Release everything into a fold. Try a little pedal of your legs back and forth. I want you to release tension. Roll your way up. Let's try our second side. Middle handles to start. We step on that left foot. Lengthening up through the right side. Take a breath in. Exhale. Remember, we're pushing into our handles. Inhale, open. Exhale, push as you curl in. Remember, balance might be challenged on one side more than the other. Totally normal. For 5. Push down with your hands. 3, 2. Last one, I want you to give me a brief hold here. Hold up, pull that knee in as tightly as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2. We pulse up for 10. Leg is behind you. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee bends, feet to the floor. Take that same little release. Hands to the floor if they touch. Shake that head, yes or no. Try a little pillow those legs back and forth. Check in to see how you're doing. Roll your way up. Hands overhead, breath in. Exhale, heart center. Open those eyes. I think we got another set in us for those arms. Last one, I promise. Take those long handles as we walk forward. Create that little plank position. Now, the more you come down into a plank position versus a standing position, the harder this becomes. Elbows to the side and together. down, and up. I'm counting. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, stay with it. Make sure you're breathing. 2, I'm shaking. If you're shaking, we're shaking together. 1 more. Hold here. Nice active shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees, roll your way up. Arms are gonna swing overhead. On the way down, find those middle handles. We walk behind our plumb line, creating that same plank position. Arms are extended. Draw that navel in, heart is open. Pull up, slow release. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, I want you to lift and see if you can lower with control. Count to 4, 3, 2, and 1. Walk underneath that plumb line. Roll your way up. I'm pivoting to the other direction depending on your space. I'm gonna go into those squats. Contract those shoulders, lift the heart. Toes are pointing forward. Drop and squeeze. As you lift, you're squeezing the glutes forward and drawing the navel in. As you lift, it should feel like I'm trying to squeeze your whole body into a little straw. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one to lift. Squeeze those glutes forward, draw the navel in. Heart should feel like it's nice and open. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Go ahead and walk through center. And we'll take that wide step just like we did in our warm-up. Holding on to the top handle, this is gonna help us keep our chest nice and lifted. I want you to turn your toes out slightly, coming into a plie squat. So drop the hips. I want you to imagine sliding yourself down a pane of glass. The knees should track the toes. Lift and lower. As you come up, I want you to try to squeeze those sides and engage the glutes. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, I want you to come into your plie squat. Lift one heel and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen up, take a breath. Exhale, plie squat, second side. Heel lifts and you pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift, take a breath. We got one more round. I want you to sink. Lift both heels and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and release. Good work. We'll pivot. Face the short end of your mat. Reach up for those top handles and just extend the tailbone upwards as you reach the heart forwards. Take a little bit of recovery. Pop up on that back heel. Sink into a lunge position. Keep the heart lifted. Just allow that hip to sink. Try to press through the back of that kneecap. Lengthen up and switch feet. Feet are grounded. Lift the tailbone first. Extend the heart forward. You've got a little bit of core work to finish our practice. Back heel lifts, sink into lunge. Press the pelvis forward, squeeze the glutes, open up behind the knee. All right, step those feet together. We're gonna take it down to the floor. All right, welcome to our floor work. If you figure out how to do this correctly, you will definitely be sore tomorrow. I want you to focus on taking a nice breath in, and on the exhale, round your back, curling your tailbone under, just like you would in a cat pose. Arms extend forward, and I want you to actively push down into your handles. Keeping this contraction, try a side hinge from one side all the way to the other. As long as we keep the tailbone curled under, actively pushing down with all our might into our handles, we're gonna get lots of core activation. Try to give me that little pause and hold at end range. And try a little pulse to one side. Hold here, pulsing back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 to switch. Come all the way into that end range. Little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go side to side. Check your form. Actively press down. Round that tailbone under. Pulsing to one side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 to switch. Roll and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Roll your way up. Hips to heels. Okay, we have one more core activation exercise, and it does involve forearm plank. So what you'll want to do to set up is remove these little black handlebars out of the way. These are going to become stirrups for our feet. Now, depending on where you are in relation to your ceiling, you may need to come down a level. The best way to get into this is to start with one foot. I should be able to keep my knee on the floor. Once my foot is in, the foot stays flexed so that I can hold the connection there while I grab and set up on the other side. While we sit up, it's important that you don't let your belly sag at all here, or no drooping of the belly. You want to make sure that navel's pulled in and up to protect our back. Both knees are on the floor, right, and the feet are flexed to hold the connection. Come onto those forearms, pressing back into your plank pose. Navel's drawn in. Legs will go wide and pull together. Out and in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, pull those legs together, flex your feet, drop your knees, and draw your belly to the floor. Keep your feet flexed to hold the connection of those stirrups. Take your recovery. We've got one more to finish. It looks just like a mountain climber. Getting ready on those forearms and elbows, pressing up into your plank position. Think of a walk. I'm going to pull one knee in and then the other. Back and forth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, legs together, hold plank. 4, 3, 2, and 1 to the floor. Go ahead and point those toes to release, legs to the floor. Let's begin our stretch. Sphinx position. I want you to actively pull the elbows towards you to feel your chest opening. Stretching out through that whole front body, try to draw the navel off the floor. Hard work is over. Now we can just stretch it out. Nice breath in. On the exhale, hands will come right underneath those shoulders, push up and back. Go ahead and round that spine, maybe stack the fists here. Letting any tension go from the low back. Rise up onto those knees and find those middle handles. Right foot will step forward, just come into a little low lunge here. Stretching out through that quad and hip flexor. Try to keep the heart nice and lifted. Hips square to that short end of the mat. Good work. You can go deeper here by holding on to just the right handle with both hands. So holding on to the right, just gently try to sink your hip a little further to the left. Return to center, hold on to both handles, pushing back, Ardha Hamanasana. Half split pose, pull the toes towards you, arms could extend out to the side. Actively push down into your handles to stretch the chest open. And pull yourself up and back. Right comes underneath. Left steps forward. Nice open heart here. Let that right hip sink. Option to go to the left, so both hands to the left handle. Just a little sink of the body weight towards the right. You will go deeper. And back up. Holding on to both handles. Ardha Hamanasana, half split. Pull those toes towards you. Not to round the back here, extend the tailbone upwards. Breathe in. Exhale, left knee comes underneath. Continue to hold on with just the right. So I'm going to come forward. My hand is facing in, same as the warm-up. I'm going to let my body weight hang and look to the left. So I'm feeling a big stretch across the trap and the tricep. Rolling up and switching sides. Hand faces in, let your body weight sink, look away from that working side. Roll your way up and down into table. Just to finish that work on the floor, rotate one palm at a time. Fingers are going to face the knees. And I'm just doing one at a time to keep this really gentle. If that feels okay, just gently try to rock your body weight back. So the further back I go with my hips, the more I feel this. Actively push that shoulder away from your ear. It likes to hike up. Nice and slow, peel the hand off the floor. Second side, rotate that palm to face backwards, so fingers to knees. Gently, body weight will come back if you're ready for that. This is a deep stretch, so be kind and aware as you migrate in. Nice and slow, peel the hand. Hands to the floor, go ahead and tuck the toes down and facing dog. Push up and back, sink through those heels. Shake that head, yes or no. Walk those hands and feet together. Inhale, roll your way up. Hands to the sky, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. And one more stretch to finish our cool down. Personal favorite. I want you to reach across, so right hand to left handle. Right foot is going to step forward as you come into a little lunge. So we want the torso to primarily face forward as we sink in. Stretching the outer shoulder here. Let your body weight hang, and if it feels good, try coming all the way up and over. Roll your way up. Step those feet together. Left foot comes forward, left arm comes all the way across to that handle. Sinking in, we want to make sure that we actively shrug the shoulder down and away. Coming into that lunge. Option for the extension. Roll your way up, step those feet together. Inhale those arms overhead. Bring those hands to heart center. I am humbled to be here working and sweating with you today. Hopefully you had a good workout, and I'll see you soon.